Bitcoin in massive volatility area as of right now. We just had a recent spike all the way back up to 9,900, but then we saw another big sell-off after that, putting in somewhat of a BART pattern. Bitcoin loves to play these BART patterns, so we're going to take a look at the charts a little bit more, see what we might be able to decide on an idea of where market might be headed to, where Bitcoin might be headed to in the near to short term, and also the long-term view too. So if that sounds interesting to y'all, stick around. Let's go ahead and get started. All right, so if y'all are brand new to the channel, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that way y'all can be updated every single video. Smashing that thumbs up button really helps the algorithm. It helps the channel grow. If y'all want to support the channel, please just hit the thumbs up button. That's all I ask. And then if y'all want to leave a comment down below, that would be freaking amazing. I'll tell y'all what to comment a little bit later once we make it through the end of the charts too as well. But let's take a look at our lower time frames. We're starting off here on our 15-minute time frame as of right now. We can see that we had this huge spike up. This happened pretty much last night. Probably stopped a lot of people out. Probably, Bitcoin just putting in these nice BART patterns here. So as you can see, another nice little BART pattern put in. We made this push up above the VWAP with quite a bit of volume right here too as well. And then we went all the way back up to retest this trendline structure that we broke down out of. So usually Bitcoin likes to come back and retest this trend line sometimes. We got the retest, got rejected at about that 9,900 area. Still having trouble looking at anything above the 10K area as of right now. Another big sell-off wall. Currently just kind of trending sideways. We're still above the VWAP, so that is more or less in the bulls territory as of right now. We can kind of see here on our 15-minute, we're getting a few trigger waves on our blue wave to send us maybe back down a little bit further. We'll have to exactly see how this plays out. Money flow is still kind of in the green there, but it is kind of choppy right now. As we start to see this money flow kind of trickle off just a tad bit, moving from green to red back and forth, we're definitely going to anticipate a lot of choppiness. And because we really haven't had a strong direction with the money flow, we can't anticipate further move up or further move down right now. It's kind of just in very choppy waters, and Bitcoin's being a little unsettling and kind of boring right now too, to be honest. Just I don't prefer trading choppiness anyways, but you can see here that we've been trending pretty much sideways. I can even zoom out just a tad bit and you can see that we've been trending from that 10K area, from 9 to 10K for the past couple of days. And Bitcoin loves to bounce up and down in there and, get as many stops as it can out of the market as well. So we're definitely hanging on here as a group. If you are in my trading group, we're definitely just hanging tight right now. We're not really trying to trade or scalp trade this right now either. We're just waiting on a clear direction of where Bitcoin wants to decide to go too as well. So let's move on into our 45-minute time frame here. 45-minute time frame, we are putting in a green dot as of right now. Still very kind of sideways choppy action for the most part too. We can see here our money flow is kind of rounding off. We did come back up into that green money flow, and now we are going rounding off even more. It looks like we might want to come back up for another green money flow here on our 30-minute or 45-minute, but it's probably going to be another lower high, so we could probably see something like this if we were to draw something out of a trend line with our money flow doing something like this here, and then maybe coming back to put in some more reddish money flow action, to say the least. So yeah, also, if y'all are unsure of what all these blue waves and money flow I'm talking about, I use the market cipher indicator by CryptoFace. Down here, it's actually a 3-package deal, or a 3-indicator package deal. So you get market cipher B, which is down here. You get A, which are the little symbols above the candle patterns. And then you get market cipher SR, which is support and resistance, and that gives you the VWAP here too. Now also, I did just order the TI sequential by Tone Bays as well, and I'm studying it a little bit more. Usually we like to use the TI sequential on the higher time frames, and so that's when I'll really start to dive into some of the counts on some of the higher time frames. But market cipher is a really good indicator actually for some of the lower time frames, to be honest, and some of the mid time frames too as well. So you'll hear me refer to those two a lot. I do want to probably add, I'm looking into getting Market God. We'll see exactly how that works out. You know, I've heard of Market God for the longest time. But now that I'm starting to dive into a little bit more of my technical analysis skills, you know, it would be a nice little indicator to add to the charts too as well. So if y'all are interested in that, please comment down below. Let me know that y'all would love to see Market God being presented to y'all on here as well. And I'll probably end up making that purchase sometime pretty soon. So with my trading group, actually, I just talked to them yesterday. I put up a quick poll inside the Patreon page, what bot they would like to see, or what signal bot they would like to see inside of the private Discord server if I was to get the Market God indicator as well. So I know what day or what time frame they want me to signal for that as well moving forward. If y'all do want to become part of the trading group, y'all can sign up through the Patreon link, first link in the description box below. But I give all my ins and outs of the market. I'll let y'all know what my setups are, where I'm looking at for topping out, and where I'm thinking we're maybe bottoming at for the most part as well. Other than that, I really don't like to trade a lot of choppiness, but I do have a signals bot in there right now that'll give you 3 to 5 trades a week. And depending on how you use your own discretion to use that bot, and then you can obviously make some profit if you'd like. And then also I have about 12 to 15 different private videos inside of the Patreon page as well. I tell y'all how I set my charts up, how I get it to look a little bit different than the normal market cipher. You know, I have mostly lines on here too instead of just all waves for the most part, but you know, I tell y'all how to set that up inside of the Patreon page. So if y'all do join the Patreon page, make sure to watch through all those videos. There's a lot of content in there, and it'll probably answer a lot of your questions if y'all have any too. Let's move on into the 1 hour time frame. So 1 hour time frame, we can still see that we're getting a few sell signals as of right now. Bitcoin just being very choppy, hasn't been in an oversold position in a while, and hasn't been in an overbought position, at least for the past day or so. So definitely looking for a decision point pretty soon. But as our money flow starts to move sideways and it starts to just be very consolidated out, as you can see here, our 1 hour is also giving us that rounded money flow that possibly could end up putting us back down into that reddish territory, you know, sometime maybe by the end of May. I'm really looking for a move by the end of May. You can see this is May 20th right there. So we'll have to keep an eye on the charts, but I'm really looking forward to a move by the end of May. As of right now, we can probably just expect a lot of sideways choppiness, which I know is not fun to trade. But if you are patient in this market, then the moves will come to you. And that's one thing that CF talks about a lot, is just being patient in this market. And so if y'all are interested, go check out his channel too as well. I have some links in the description box that y'all can check out if y'all like. But that will also, you know, you can get a better idea of, you know, if you want to order Market Cipher as well too, you can go to his channel and find his website there. Looking at our 90-minute time frame, we had this blood diamond that happened yesterday when we broke this support line too as well. Had a blood diamond, got a nice little sell off there all the way down to about that 9,400 area. Then we kind of consolidated out. I was watching these counts. You know, we had the 4 count, the bearish 4 count, but we didn't quite get that bearish 5 count. We got a nice move to the upside here with the 1, and then now we're kind of consolidating out, and we are in a bearish count as of right now on our 90-minute time frame. And money flow is also kind of rounding off just a tad bit, so I really want to be very cautious about getting overexcited about us maybe breaking up to that 10K area for the most part. So let's move on into our 2 hour too. 2 hour time frame I like to keep an eye on for the most part as well. You can see here that we last couple of times that this choppiness has been trading sideways. You know, we've had a pretty good indication of where, you know, to be bullish and bearish at for the most part. So we had our sell signals that did pop off, but that we were in some very overbought positioning here with our sell signals as well. So that was probably a very good indication that we were going to continue to sell off. Our buy signal had a very nice green money flow with it as well that went off. And so now we have a buy signal here, but we're going to have to be very cautious. The money flow is still rounding off just a tad bit. If we zoom in here, there's really no sign of it reversing. We are really right there on the edge of it crossing into that red money flow as of right now. So our 2 hour could end up giving us a anticipation move to the downside. These buy and sell signals are not 100% accurate, but I would like to at least maybe check out the market got indicator to get a better buy and sell signal than the one that I have here. But obviously this has worked for me for a while too. So, it's something that I teach you how to set up in the Patreon page as well moving forward. If you do sign up to it, like I said, there's going to be private videos in there on how to set a lot of this stuff up. I tell you how to set up the buy and sell indicators that I have, the Aldo EMAs, which are key indicators that you can basically program yourself. It's a custom code that I teach you how to set up, and you can have all your EMAs in one indicator here as well. So I give you that custom code, and you can plug it right into the Pine script on TradingView to have basically access to all the EMAs into one indicator as well. So pretty convenient stuff, so that way you don't have to have a bunch of moving average indicators on the left hand side of your screen here either. But yeah, that's very helpful. So if y'all want, make sure that y'all watch those videos when y'all do join. We have a really solid group in there right now, so I'm super stoked about our next big move that is to occur, and we're just going to have to play patiently with this market right now. If it's not going to give us the moves right away, then we just need to learn to, you kind of have to sit on your hands sometimes, but at the same time, a lot of my other traders in that group too, they also trade Forex, they trade traditional markets as well, so they can trade a lot of those other chart patterns and take a look at those markets. And we kind of just bounce around in correlation a little bit too. Looking at our 3 hour, we can see our 3 hour did give us a 9 here, and a pretty substantial 9 to the downside as well. So we can consider that, but we have been trading sideways ever since that 9 as well too. Our 3 hour money flow is still kind of rounding off, putting in somewhat of a lower high. This actually high that we put in here was a little bit higher than what we had with our other 9.9K run up, but maybe anticipating a triple top pattern. I want to say triple top is bearish, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to look at Bukowski's chart patterns for that as well too. But we can talk about that a little bit later. You can see that we are putting in some trigger waves down here on our 3 hour as well. So these trigger waves, if our money flow is moving in the same direction, that these waves are kind of moving in that downwards direction, then we could get another, move possibly to the downside as well. I feel that like we are losing a little bit of momentum, especially from the bulls as of right now. I feel that they are getting somewhat of exhausted moving forward from here, but we definitely probably want to see one more anchor wave on our 3 hour, and then another trigger wave on top of that to then send us down a little bit lower. But you can see our money flow started to round into the red here. We popped back up. Maybe money flow needs to curve back down and move into that red one more time. Let's look at our 4 hour here. 4 hour time frame. Let's see what we can tell here. Money flow is still kind of rounding off just a tad bit. It looks like we are wanting to put in another trigger wave as of right now on our blue wave there. You can see still sitting above our key EMA support as of right now. We will turn off SR and get a better idea of what's happening here. We are getting a few bullish, and it's really alternating right now. So we had a one bullish and then one bearish, and now one bullish count again once again. So another interesting thing that I want to notice here is that we did start our longer term. So basically the bottom of these candle wicks is a second count, and the second count is basically if the top number count is null and void, then you can kind of base it off of the bottom count here below the candles. So because we've been getting a lot of sideways choppiness action, I'm going to have to go with what this count on the bottom is now saying, which can lead all the way into a 13 on the bottom count. So we'll have to keep an eye on this. If we start to get another red 4 bottom on the below the candle count, then we can anticipate probably another move down. If that sounds kind of confusing, don't worry about it. I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it, just because the TI sequential is new to my charts as well. So I'm trying to figure out the best way to explain it, and also doing my own due diligence and studying it a little bit more on the side as well. Let's move on into our 6 hour. And guys, before we move on, just real quick, I do have the YouTube membership page. If you would like for me to review some of your charts that you are looking at, then feel free to sign up for the YouTube membership page. I can review charts, basically anything that's on TradingView. If you would like a private analysis using my indicators, then I will be glad to give you a private analysis. Just once you become a YouTube member, feel free to message me on whatever platform and let me know what chart you would like to see as well. And then also, don't forget, I'm doing the giveaway at 3,000 subs. People, y'all need to be signed up for the newsletter. So I had a few subscribers from the last newsletter. I'm giving away $100 at 3,000 subs. That's all you need to hear, right? And so you need to share this video. You need to hit the like button, so that way we can boost this algorithm up. Comment down below. I've already told y'all to comment down below market guide. Comment down below 3K subs if you've stuck around for the video this long. But in order to be qualified for that giveaway, make sure that you sign up for the newsletter. So I had some people that have been commenting, but they haven't signed up for the newsletter. So make sure they all sign up for the newsletter. That's the only way that you'll qualify for the $100. I don't really send out that many newsletters either. I'll probably send out one maybe once a month or something like that. So just get signed up for it, so that way you can qualify, and that you can also share this video, help the channel grow, and I would really appreciate that. That would be awesome. So I'm looking forward to doing that giveaway as well too. And then also, we do have the Discord server. If you do want to join the Discord server, it is free to join. Just when you click the link in the description box, you'll be brought to a welcome screen. You need to read through the community rules and guidelines on that welcome page. And then once you've done that, click the little green checkbox right below it, and then you'll have access to the full Discord server. Obviously, the private trading group category is for paid members only. So in order to be a part of that, you need to sign up through Patreon, obviously, right? And then you'll have access to the bot signals, the daily summaries, and all that on there as well. And I'll have you introduce yourself to our trading group. So yeah, I'm super excited about that, to maybe introduce a new bot to our Discord server as well when Market Guide, when I am able to get that too as well. Let's jump back into the charts. Currently, it looks like we're kind of fighting with 9,700 as of right now. Looks like we bounced back up above 9,700. So we'll have to kind of see how this plays out. Looking at our 6 hour here. So 6 hour is obviously very telling for the most part as well. We can see here that we're just putting in some lower highs on our blue waves as well too. Some more trigger waves down here. Bearish divergence happening. Money flow also kind of rounding off just a tad bit. So if this money flow starts to move down even more, we currently have a red dot here on our 6 hour. No sign of a green dot just yet. It does still look like it's clipping down. So we can probably anticipate that maybe this blue wave will come down and test this zero pivot point. And if that happens, then we'll be in some selling territory. But then we also want to see this money flow also move into that selling territory with it moving forward. So let's move on into our 8 hour now. 8 hour money flow is still looking relatively healthy. We're actually getting a green dot here. So these higher time frames are going to take a while to play out, at least for the most part. We're getting somewhat of a bullish count here. I don't know how relative that would be. It's not a really high bullish count just yet, but at least on our bottom, below the candles. But we are starting to get that one here on our 8 hour as well. Let's move on into our 12 hour. Let's go there. Our 12 hour also giving us somewhat of a bullish count here with a 5, but we're not closing above our previous candles. So we need to be kind of just weary of this. If we get a 6 and we start closing up above our candles here, then obviously we could anticipate more upside. We are putting in a red dot here on our 12 hour. We did have our sell signal back here. Usually these like to play out for the most part. So we'll just kind of have to wait to see exactly what's going to happen there. But the fact that we had a sell signal, no major sell-off just yet, it kind of makes me think that this is probably a delayed sell signal, and that we'll probably end up getting maybe somewhat of a sell-off later, but that's yet to be determined. As of right now, it still looks like we'll probably be settling sideways for right now. I do need to get rid of this trend line probably. It's probably null and void as of right now. And I could probably end up drawing somewhat of another trend line as of right here. And that might be a good indication of where our next break could occur. Let me see if I can do this here. I think I'll have a few more touches right here, if anything. And we could probably anticipate maybe another break happening towards the 20th of May. I think like I've described on my 1 hour chart earlier today, or earlier in the video. So definitely looking for something to occur before then. We'll have to see exactly how this plays out though. Let's move on into our 1 day. 1 day chart. So we're getting a lot of this sideways action. VWAP is very sideways as of right now. Money flow looks like it's kind of just moving to the side. No signs of upwards movement just yet. We are getting a bullish count here on our 1 day as of right now. So we could see a 6 and maybe then a 7. And then if we get an 8 or a 9, then obviously we'll have a clear direction of where the market wants to take us. But we were getting this bullish count here on our 1 day too, all the way up to a 6. So if we see another 9, I think it'll probably null and void it, but this bottom count is basically another count to the next 9 basically. And so if we do see another 9 pretty soon, then we could probably anticipate a breaking through of this top region here. I think that we'll probably end up getting a red dot though. You can see how our VWAP is kind of clipping down just a tad bit. If we get another red dot here, that will be a trigger wave, and then we'll probably just want to see our money flow confirmed down just a little bit more in the bearish case scenario. Our 2 day, no sign of a green dot. I thought we were going to get a green dot back here. We didn't end up getting that green dot. It's still just been a nice kind of sideways movement, and we could honestly see that if this blue wave just wants to move out sideways a little bit longer and then just kind of slowly waterfall off. I feel like if we do get a sell-off, it's going to be a very slow drip, still giving hope sentiment to the bulls that are left. And if we do get a bullish break, then hoorah to the moon boys, right? But I feel like if we do get a sell-off, it's going to be a very slow bleed, probably something that we had after our China pump. I believe it probably be like a slow bleed like this, and not anything like what we had with our Corona outbreak, right? So this was a more of a quicker sell-off than what we had with the China pump, and we'll have to figure out exactly how this wants to play out, but we can definitely see that. If not, we continue our bullish count, and then we continue our move back up. But honestly, I feel like as we even start to move into like some of our 3 day charts and stuff too, we are getting our first sign of a bullish count here, but this could change. We probably want to see a 2 or a 3 to confirm that bullish count on our 2 day. We are getting the green dot as well. Money flow is still moving very nicely here on our 3 day, but we'd want to see that also correlate to maybe the 1 day or the 2 day. I still feel like that 1 day is losing momentum just a tad bit, but maybe I just have a bearish sentiment right now, but I'm trying to do my best with still looking at the charts and kind of deciding from there. I think if we start to put in these red dots finally on our 4 or 5 day, then that'll probably be a good indication for me that we are topping out. And that's just kind of really what I'm keeping an eye on as of right now. Our money flow is still kind of just moving to the side. We are getting a nice little run here though, but at the same time, if we can't get our money flow back up above this area, then I'm still going to be a little bit bearish as of right now. But we could definitely see probably that red dot start to be put in pretty soon, and then we can maybe anticipate more of a topping out pattern. This is going to be really, really crazy rest of the month, and I do believe that it's going to be a very big decision point for BTC. Even on our 5 day, our 5 day is probably the most scariest, I guess you could say, just because we're still kind of barely moving into that green money flow on our 5 day. And then it does look like we are getting ready to kind of top out, maybe putting in a lower high with our blue wave here. And then also our 1 day did give, or our 5 day did give us that 9 here as well. And starting maybe that first sign of a bearish count, we'll have to see exactly how this plays out. Let's look at our weekly just for kicks and giggles, and then we'll probably go ahead and sign off here pretty soon, since we are putting in a longer video for the most part. So we had our 7, and we had last time we had a 7 too. We had quite a bit of a sell-off for the most part, and I'm trying to see. This was our China pump right here, and we topped out with a 9. Oh, that was a 9 going to the top side. Okay, so I almost feel that this is a very similar structure as what we had back here with our 10.5K run up as well. Yeah, it's debatable right now, but you know, as we start to see the 7, and then if the 9, if we get an 8 that closes below our 7, then I feel that, yeah, we could probably anticipate this. This candle body won't close until the end of the 25th, so that's by the end of this week, and probably going on into Sunday or Monday, we'll have a clear direction. If we get a major sell-off, yeah, I'm actually gonna go back to our 4-hour here, because our 4-hour I feel like was kind of telling us a direction. But if we get a major sell-off, then yeah, we could probably anticipate that will probably leak over to our weekly time frame, and our weekly time frame will more than likely give us that same kind of doji candle here with our 7 count that's right here too. So that's just something we need to keep an eye on moving forward. But hey, anything could happen. You know, just use proper risk management, and that's what I stress to my group so much is don't over leverage yourself. Only use a little bit of your portfolio. Actually, whenever you join the Discord server, that disclaimer is there for y'all as well. If y'all are interested in creating a 3 commas bot, feel free to check out the 3 commas link in the description box. If y'all want to store your crypto safely, make sure that you buy a Ledger Nano S or X. Links in the description box. We use Bybit for the most part to trade inside of my group. And if y'all are interested in checking out Bybit, there's some links in the description box. Just make sure that you sign up for the testnet. Or when you do sign up, just ask chat support how to access the testnet, and they'll step you through like a 2-step process. It's super simple. If y'all want to earn some passive income, check out the Brave browser and the Crypto Tab browser to earn some passive crypto inside of the crypto space. Don't forget the trading group is available if y'all want to join us in the trading group. I plan to get the, I don't know why this is giving me trouble here. Interesting. Okay. Well, I plan to also get the market guide indicator, as y'all know. So hopefully I'll be presenting that to y'all pretty soon on the channel as well. If y'all stuck around this long for the end of the video, comment down below and tell me if you are bullish or bearish as of right now. I'm curious to know. And then also, I just want to give my Patreon members a shout out too. I haven't done that in a while, so we do have some new members in the group, and I want to go ahead and give them a shout out really quick. So let's go into our manager platform, and as of right now, shout out to Asmithril, Ben, Wesley, CNC, Crypto Rhino, Dan, Eric, Greg, Hanus, Haru Yor, Hugo, Mike, Nick, Niels, P. Wright, Paul A. Keller, Pedro, Peter, Pike 379, Prestige 39, Ronan, Samuel, Shane, Sabu, Tall Troy, Tim Luna, Unique Object, Van Life, Vivian, XDSUZ. So thanks everyone for being a part of the group. I really appreciate it. Hopefully once we get Market God on there too, that'll just be one more thing in the package that y'all get as well. So I'll be super excited to announce that. And if y'all are interested in becoming Patreon and trading members as well in our private group, feel free to check out that first link in the description box, and it'll tell you how to get signed up. And once you get signed up, I'll give you a message and you can tell me what your Discord name is, and then we can go from there. So everyone, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. We make Bitcoin videos every single day on this channel. Let me know if you're bullish or bearish right now. Comment down below, and I look forward to seeing all in the next one. CTO signing out.